What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to Strangers Minds. I'm Fernando, and today, just a little bit. I have a video out there, disturbing camping encounters, and it's doing very well out there. I am noticing that you guys are really enjoying disturbing camping encounters. I mean, tis the season to do camping. I'm out here in Florida, so it's beautiful weather right now. So I could definitely see a lot of people wanting to do that excursion to go out there in the woods with a tent and do all that stuff. So we have scary flashbacks, 2 hours. I'm not gonna do a 2 hour video. Nah, but what I am gonna do is count down and break this video up into multiple and just see what craziness, what happens out there. Basically, not basically, giving me every reason not to go out there camping. But everybody has their niche, their niche. All right, so let's see what this video is gonna do to me.
From paranormal activities in abandoned
What?
houses to creepy ghosts in a hallway, have you ever wondered how we're just a step away from paranormal encounters? What are we going to do then? Why are such incidents getting common by each passing day? This video is going to reveal it all. On December 7th, 2023, a YouTuber named Chamos, along with his two friends, visited the old Psycho's house. This place was rumored to be haunted by the ghost of a madman who took lives and hid the bodies. Chamos thought it was just a legend until he entered that place.
Licença? Imagina se eu não pedir. Peraí, tô ouvindo alguma coisa aqui. Que isso?
I'm gonna pause it right here. Do you guys see this, right? 2 hours of most disturbing camping encounters caught on camera. America Comp 11. This isn't camping. But I'm gonna make a video regardless. I'll probably just change this whole entire the title. But yeah, let's continue on. Let's see what's up.
Tô vendo algum barulho pra cá, velho. Ó, a faca tá aqui, ó. Ó, peraí. Jefinho, olha ali, Jota. Olha ali, cara. Olha a gaveta ali, velho. Tá mexendo, velho.
Gaveta.
Cara, ele tá na nossa frente, velho. Olha ali, Jota, olha ali.
Eu tô vendo, cara. Meu Deus.
Cara, sensacional, velho.
Licença.
The house was filled with a chilling silence, broken only by the strange noises coming from the old walls. As soon as they entered this eerie place, they were welcomed by a knife stuck to the door. But that was not all.
Cheguei com o Cadu, Jota. Olha isso. Cara, eu tô filmando na minha frente, velho.
O que, velho?
Olha ali a gaveta abrindo, velho.
Meu Deus do céu, cara.
Pega o Cadu aí, Jota. Cara do céu.
Pensar em Caduz agora, velho.
Se aproximou ali, eu tô...
So you guys, just in case, it is easy to open a drawer using one of those invisible nylon rope string. It is easy to pull it. What's difficult is to make it go back. But notice that this drawer set is in a corner. If they don't show behind the dresser or open it or do something to it, I am led to believe that there is somebody behind there doing all of this and then having all of that stuff stacked on top of it because the dresser ends right here. Then there's something here. Then was it a TV that I saw? Like a TV up there. So who's not to say there's somebody back there?
Tô gravando bem de pertinho, velho.
Olha aqui, filmou. Tá no máximo, velho.
Meu Deus, cara.
A K2 meter is a very useful tool when used properly, but it could be set off by If you want to set it off on camera and make it look spectacle, yeah, you could do that. Yeah, it's just reading energy, electromagnetic fields.
Olha aqui. Olha isso.
Ó, TV, cara. Meu Deus, cara.
Meu Deus, cara. Cara do céu, velho. Cara do céu, isso não é brincadeira, velho. Isso não é brincadeira, rapaziada. Ó, velho.
Cara, a ponta até da TV, cara. Olha. Cara, até a TV, velho, tava balançando, mano.
Velho.
Olha isso, olha.
Eu achei.
Fica dois ali, João.
Você pode atacar a gente, cara.
Fica dois.
Olha aqui, já fui na minha frente, velho.
Fica dois.
Cara,
Acendendo no máximo, velho.
vou sair de perto dessa coisa aí, cara. Tá maluco? Ô, tô falando, essa coisa não tá gostando da nossa presença aqui, rapaziada.
Cara, velho.
Essa coisa não tá gostando da nossa presença aqui, não, rapaziada.
Claro que não, pô. Pô, mas a gente veio na boa intenção, cara.
Yes, the drawer was opening and closing by itself, although there was no one around. As if the presence of the knife and the weird drawer wasn't enough. This happened.
Quando a gente conversou pela primeira vez, ele nos desafiou a ficar uma noite.
Olha ali, mano.
Só isso, velho.
Olha ali, velho.
Eu tô vendo isso. Cara, vocês estão vendo esse ventilador
Olha isso,
mexer,
velho.
velho?
Ventilador, chamas.
Tá vendo isso, Jota?
Olha isso, velho.
Cara, eu tô impressionado com isso, eu tô tudo arrepiado.
Olha
velho.
isso, velho.
Parece que criou vida, cara.
Olha isso. Mano do céu,
Mano do
velho.
céu, velho.
Mano do céu, velho.
Tu viu isso, Jafio?
Cara, caiu aqui, velho.
Tu viu isso, Jota?
Mano do céu. Cara, que eu vi. Tu tá maluco, velho.
Cara, eu tô tremendo, velho.
Olha isso, velho.
Cara, eu tô tremendo, velho.
So, right, I am a paranormal investigator and I do walk around with a camera. But I am recording everything else but me. And if someone in my team is in front of me, then you'll catch them. I'm not trying to capture their expression. I'm trying to capture if anything happens on camera. I'm not gonna say I don't care less about I couldn't care less about their expression, but that is not my priority. I'm not gonna be, I mean, it's just weird. I'm not that type of person. I am recording to see if I capture something, like the expression. Like a lot of times, I'm so into the moment that my camera even goes off and records the wall, like the floor. Like if things are happening and I'm not really focusing on the camera, that to me is a normal reaction. When I see this, like these Ghost Adventures wannabes, and you're trying to record everybody's facial reaction, it just makes me feel like they want to record content, and that is exactly what they're doing. They're recording content, and they are using the paranormal field to get noticed, to make a buck. To me, this is all orchestrated. That fan just moving towards one direction and then being yanked all in the same direction. That's we yet haven't seen them trying to truly investigate the drawer. They just left it alone. They're not getting close to it. Everything's just a setup, you guys. These aren't real investigators. It's a good show, I guess, if you're into it.
Cara, eu tô tremendo, velho.
Jefinho, não chega tão perto. Você pode vir pra cima de
Como é que essa coisa veio, cara?
Pode vir pra cima de ti, Jefinho.
Vocês estão vendo, cara?
Criou vida, velho. Começou a andar.
Essa coisa-
Cara. Primeiro foi isso aqui, ó. Primeiro foi isso aqui, ó.
Não toca nisso aí, Jafio.
Gaveta, TV. Agora ventilador, velho.
Verdade, Jota.
Mano, tem
Tá
faca
louco,
aqui dentro
cara.
também, velho.
Onde faca?
Tem faca aqui dentro, ó. Viu ali uma faca? Viu uma faca ali, ó.
A standing fan right across the drawer started moving. Just when they were discussing how terrified they were about what was happening around them, the fan fell by itself without making a single noise. Was a ghost doing this all? There were knives in the drawer as well when they searched it. But then, their worst nightmare happened.
Verdade.
Yo, is this a video with the feet out? Oh my god. Yeah, I'll probably cut this video short because let's see what's the next one. But this is all BS.
Cara, barulho pra cá, velho.
Foi a primeira gaveta mesmo.
Mano, barulho pra cá, rapaziada. Barulho pra cá, rapaziada. Que isso, velho? Que isso, cara? Que isso, velho? Olha aqui, velho. Cara, vocês não vão acreditar no que eu vi aqui, cara.
O que tu viu, Chamos? Fala logo.
Cara, eu tô passando
tu
moto
viu?
branco, velho.
Hã?
Cara, eu tô
Alright, you guys,
branco,
I'm
velho.
pretty much done
Chamos,
with
o que
this
tu
video.
viu?
Eu vi um monte de perna embaixo dessa cama aí, velho.
Perna?
Olha,
Olha aí, velho. Isso, mano.
tá vendo?
Isso, velho.
So we just my opinions do matter. So those were the guys that were moving the drawer back and forth. Those are the same guys that were picking up the bed, pulling on the fan. Those were the same guys that were huddled and cuddled and doing all kinds of stuff under the bed. Yeah, that is weird, dude. This should have been on my video. Disturbing things found on the internet.
Tá vendo isso, já viu?
Vamos pra fora, velho. Tá louco? A cama vem pra cima da gente. Que isso, velho?
Vocês estão vendo isso, cara? Ô, eu quero sair daqui de dentro, velho. Ô, vem aqui pra fora.
That guy's impression is
Vem cá,
priceless.
vem cá.
I could do that too.
A cama levantou, mano. Fecha essa porta aí, João. A cama levantou, mano.
Deixa eu ser encostado.
The guy holding the camera screamed, pointing toward the bed. There are legs under there. They all rushed over, but as fast as they saw them, the legs vanished. Panic spread. They had witnessed something no one could explain, and the fear in that room was undeniable. Not only did the legs vanish out of nowhere, but also the bed raised in the air as if it's been held by an unseen force. And
It is unseen because they're not going inside the room. Whatever's in this corner over here is lifting the bed, or whatever one of those naked men under there were.
then it was thrown to the floor.
Eu vi um monte.
Because they dropped it.
Eu vi um monte.
Tu tá zoando, né?
Eu vi um monte. Eu vi um monte de. Eu vi um monte de corpo embaixo da cama, velho.
Tu tá zoando, né?
Eu vi, chefe, eu acho que eu gravei, cara. Então, pô, apareceu embaixo da cama um monte de perna, eu vi.
A cama pulou ali, velho. Eu não sei o que tu viu, mas a cama pulou. Mostra isso aí pra gente, velho.
Cara, vem aqui ver essa cama. Vem aqui ver essa cama, vem cá, velho.
Não vai lá não, velho.
Oh, look, they're gonna go back in. Of course they're gonna go back in. All their friends are in there.
Cara, sai daí, 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 velho. Sai daí.
Essa coisa não quer nós ali dentro, velho.
Deu ruim, velho. Deu ruim aí, velho. Olha aí, ó.
Só, velho.
Cara, o negócio vai bater na tua cara, quebrar teu nariz ainda, velho. Tá maluco?
Cara do céu, velho.
Abandona.
I'm telling you right now,
Cara,
the clowns
eu tô de
comes
boca
out
aberta, a
running
gente nunca
after
viu um
that.
negócio desse, velho.
I'm forwarding.
Vocês nunca viram o que eu vi.
I'll probably
Vocês
just stop this
tomaram que
video.
tenha aparecido no vídeo.
They rushed towards the door, knowing this wasn't just a rumor anymore. It was real. Something evil lived in that house. But then they decided to have a last look, a decision they will regret for the rest of their lives.
I'm just gonna let it play, just for you guys that want to see this. But I'm done with this video.
Mano do céu, cara.
Cara, não é possível. Cara, puxamos tudo. Noção que era um monte de copos ali, velho.
Eu tô falando pra vocês, cara.
Como se ele quisesse mostrar.
Alguém parou o ventilador.
Ah, foi isso que eu tava arrastando, então,
O
pô.
ventilador tava lá, ó.
Era isso que eu tava arrastando,
Ele quis
velho.
mostrar pra gente do jeito que ele deixava os corpos aqui nesse quarto.
Deixava embaixo da cama, Jota.
Caramba, velho. Ei, que cena mais forte isso aí, cara.
Cara, se desceu, velho.
Eu fiquei ruim agora. Fiquei ruim demais, velho.
Mano.
Cara, levanta.
Olha, eu não vou tocar nisso aí, não, velho.
Não.
Olha como tá gelado aqui dentro,
Por
ó.
baixo, então. Filma por baixo. Filma por baixo.
Só assim que eu tô meio, tipo assim, eu tô desesperado, tipo, não sei, cara, tá.
Cara, e é só porque eu vi no vídeo, cara. Pra acreditar.
Jota,
Só
passa.
porque eu vi no vídeo.
Puxa o K2, bota o K2 aqui dentro pra ver. Olha como tá frio aqui dentro, chefinho.
É só porque eu vi no
Olha aqui, Jota. Mano do céu, cara.
Só porque eu vi no vídeo.
Vocês viram depois que a cama ainda mexeu, velho? Essa coisa não gosta da nossa presença aqui, não.
Cuidado. Jota do céu, velho. Jota do céu, esse banco vai pra cima de ti, mano.
Cara, eu tava até sem reação, cara. Velho, que eu tô. Cara, eu tô sem velho.
Nothing was in the same place anymore. They just got out for approximately 3 minutes, but everything got disoriented so quickly. It didn't seem like some human could do this much mess in just a few minutes. They fled the house, knowing
Pause the
something
camera,
truly
bro.
evil and paranormal lived inside. There was no way even the police could help them, as the bodies were no more there. With that being said, let's move on to our next case. On the 29th.
Dude, I'm gonna burn them so bad. So those three guys creating this kind of content, they are not paranormal investigators. They're pretty much all showmen. What angers me is the fact that there are people within the paranormal field using the field, compromising what I say paranormal victims, compromising them so nobody don't believe them. They're the reason why the paranormal field, it's there's always conspiracies, there's always controversy, there's always hate, there's always you fake. It's because of people like that. They are not paranormal investigators, they're showmans. They're pretty much, in my perspective, they're the worst kind of dirt that you could step on when it comes to the paranormal field. And yeah, they should be discredited. They should be kicked out of YouTube. They shouldn't be allowed to make another paranormal video at all, because what they're doing is that they're putting real paranormal victims in danger. Because of them, people don't believe crap. And for those who do believe in them, man, you got to stop, you got to start like thinking properly. Think outside the box for a second. Start rationalizing things. All of this was fake, and it just pisses me off.
29th of May 2019, a man was remodeling an old house built in the early 1900s. He had a strange feeling about the place, but brushed it off. Thinking it might just be a squatter, he decided to check every room upstairs.
All right. So I'm sorry, you guys. It says disturbing camping encounters, but like I said, I'll probably just scratch that part off because we're just gonna see a bunch of paranormal videos. The first one pisses me off, yes, but that is a good quality way to see how bad the perspective of people with the paranormal is. Like, that is all BS, the first video. This one, on the other hand, is actually very interesting. But scary flashbacks, man, you put too much time and effort into the first video. I hope this one is interesting.
But no one was there. Everything seemed normal.
Doing this cabinet crown. And I think there's a squatter in this house. I think it's in here. Hello? 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 Anybody here? Hello?
When he went back downstairs, that's when things got strange. A door slowly opens by itself. Without thinking twice, he walked into the room. The door slammed shut behind him, trapping him inside. His heart raced, but it got worse.
Oh man, yo, I like scary flashbacks. I like scary flashbacks and their content. But dude, man, nah, you're telling the story wrong. You're telling the story wrong. First of all, the guy never went downstairs. He goes into the room where the access to the basement is. That door to the basement got slammed. He was not trapped inside the room. Like, he gets shocked. Like I said, I watched this video, so I'm just gonna correct scary flashback. He gets shocked because the door does slam. He opens it right away, and then he's like, "Get out there," whatever. I mean, I'm just scary flashbacks is wrong on this one. I don't know, man. Yo, this is disappointing as hell. I wanted it to see disturbing camping encounters.
Worse, when he looked at the basement stairs, the lights flickered, then went out completely, leaving the room completely in darkness.
Hello? The heck is that? Hello? Who is it?
In a panicked state, he dropped his phone on the floor and ran out. He was too terrified to even look back. What he saw and felt in that moment left him shaken to his spine, knowing something far more paranormal than a squatter was in that house.
That's it. The guy runs back inside the house, grabs his phone to leave. I'm disappointed, guys. I'm gonna upload this video anyway.
In the end, no squatter was ever found, but the eerie events left a haunting question. Was something much darker hiding in the shadows of that old house? Let's move on to our third case. On August the 3rd,
This is gonna be the last
2023,
video I do
when
for
these
this
guys entered the abandoned house, nothing but the silence welcomed them. But that was not all. As soon as we stepped inside, they saw a child standing alone in one of the rooms. He didn't move, just stood there, staring at them.
Cortou o dedo?
Cortei, velho. Cortei tudo aqui.
Op, op.
Que isso, velho?
Calma, calma, calma. Que é isso aí, velho? Que é isso? É o
Pega
carrinho. É o carrinho,
É
mano.
o carrinho. Quem tá aí?
Mano, vai entrar, vai entrar.
They thought he was lost, so they tried to approach him, but
They thought he was lost, and they're pointing their guns at the child. Oh shoot, man, you can't make this stuff up. I apologize, you guys. I apologize. I thought this was gonna be about camping. And at least have good paranormal, real paranormal event caught on tape. All of this stuff is orchestrated. Well, the the last one that we just saw, it could have been orchestrated because we really didn't see anything. Um, but you know what? That is by far the best paranormal. Within the three videos that we saw, that's the best one because that is possible that it could happen as far as having contractors come into a house. Start. I hear it all the time. Once there is renovations going on in the house, sometimes paranormal it picks up paranormal activity, and it does scare the workers out, and this is an example of that to his best. Now, the first one garbage. This one is most likely garbage. And yeah, they're not police officers. These are just those probably are not even real guns. They look just painted toys. And yeah, they're pointing a gun at a child because they think he's lost.
But the moment they stepped closer, the door of the room where the boy was standing slammed shut on its own. The sound echoed through the house, and when they looked back, the child was gone.
Ô, ô, ô! Mano, que é isso aí, velho? Ô, é uma criança, velho! Nossa, velho! Sai, 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 sai! Sai!
They ran out of there. They ran for their lives. It was one of the most horrifying experiences they ever had. What if that kid was possessed by something evil? With that being said, let's move on to our fourth paranormal activity.
All right, you guys, I'm gonna call it right here. Like, I'm once again, I apologize, but not for nothing. Scary flashbacks, they do great content. I mean, look how they made that video appear. Like, it's like one of those creepiest things you ever hear. I think it's the accent. I think it's just the way how they word out their stories. Good job, great. I'm not gonna throw too much heat on scary flashbacks because I actually do like the content, but the first video, BS. The second video is the best, and the third video is just a disgrace. But yeah, we're gonna call it right here, you guys. I apologize, but please just know that all of this are blind reaction videos. Nothing I do here is scripted. If there's no commercials, it's just raw footage of me reacting to everything, and I'm gonna give you my 2 cents. Whether or not you want, to cash in on those 2 cents is up to you. But I love doing this regardless of the BS that I come across. But today's video is complete BS. I'm disappointed. It's not about camping. I will find you a camping video because I know the last camping video is doing very well now on YouTube on my channel, Strangers Minds. So, but if you guys want to see BS videos, then do what you do when you like a channel. Hit that like, share, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you guys on the next. Peace.